So, step one, we admitted we were powerless over alcohol and that our lives were unmanageable. What does that mean? Well, to summarize it, it means we lack power over choice and control. We lack power over choice and control of alcohol. And I think for most of us, just looking at our experience, and as they say, hindsight is 20/20 vision. Connect the dots as you look back. I don't think there's many of us who could disagree with that. Now, unfortunately, there's a very sinister element that has entered the arena over the last few years, claiming that the 12-step program and 12-step fellowships are cultish and brainwash people. And I just wanted to make this video to point out how absolutely ludicrous that is, because in the first place, it is not a compulsory program. It's for those who want it. For those who don't want it, awesome, rock on. How cool is that? But for the ones who do want it and have decided that they're going to use the 12-step program as a means to change their life, it works beautifully because it's optional. It's a suggested program of action. It's not for anybody that doesn't want it. How can that be a cult? To call that a cult, either you're a complete idiot and don't belong on the planet, or you're in so much delusion yourself about your own problems, insecurities, and maybe your own powerlessness. And if you look it up in the dictionary, it might give you a more defined meaning of the word. But for the rest of us who have decided to pick this up and use this and admit the truth to ourselves, to other people, and to a power greater than ourselves, who we are quite welcome to engage as a solution of our own understanding, not anybody else shoving it down our necks. It's nobody else's opinion of that higher power. It's our own conception of the power of our understanding. It works beautifully. Step one, we admitted we were powerless over alcohol and our lives have become unmanageable. And if you look at the existence of the universe around us and what has been created by a higher power, by a creative intelligence, by God, we cannot sit here and blatantly disagree with the fact that that absolutely must exist. Anybody who disagrees with that is arguing with his own truth. And a person who argues with his own truth gets very, very sick, as we used to when we were drinking. Finally, for somebody like me, I was granted a moment of clarity. And that moment of clarity came, and the thought was that the next drink was going to kill me. I never ever thought of that before. Never ever thought. That moment of clarity gave me this clear and concise vision that the next drink was going to kill me. And as a result, for the first time since I could remember, I didn't want to die. I didn't want to die. And because I didn't want to die anymore, I picked up a solution. I sought a solution, and that solution was presented to me in a way that was simple, it was understandable, and it was so powerful that it has changed my life completely and overhauled me in a way that is inexplicable. Who wouldn't want that? Who wouldn't want that in their lives? What kind of cult is that, for goodness sake? It's ridiculous. And I feel very, very passionate about that, because this has saved millions of people's lives. And for the people who put things like cult in front of it and point their fingers from the top of the trenches and their clipboards and take notes, for the haters, as social media and the website and the internet call them, I feel desperately sorry for you, for what you're missing out on here. Desperately sorry. But for those of us who want it and are willing to go to any lengths to get it, it is a life of amazement. It is a life of acceptance and surrender, and this huge awakening of relief that comes upon us in a way that I've never been able to quite describe it. But it is something that's become so special in the lives of people who have recovered, who are now experiencing a life of peace, of ease, and not being at war with themselves, with other people and other things. Instead of being in collision all the time with something or somebody, we are joining in harmonious action with the people and all the wonderful beings of this world and the circumstances and situations that come our way, instead of fighting them, resisting them, and running away from them. Who wouldn't want that? That is living in a state of surrender. And that is what step one is all about. Surrendering and putting down our arms that we were born for so long to defend ourselves and attack people back when we felt threatened. Laying down the shield and the sword and rendering and declaring ourselves defenseless, and in doing so, help immediately started to pour in. And that help that poured in has revolutionized our lives and granted us an awakening so profound that the desire to drink was lifted and has never returned. It has been replaced by a strong and unbelievable desire to live a life of productivity, of commitment, and purpose. To wake up in the morning feeling fulfilled, throughout the day to feel safe and protected, and go to bed feeling like we have achieved. It's something for alcoholics that wasn't even a pipe dream, it was beyond the universe. And now millions of us are experiencing that just by admitting the powerlessness, the power over choice and control. How cool is that? And that has changed my life. I wanted to share that with you. And I think for those who are still struggling with that, possibly in this message, you might connect with something, possibly not. But my hope is for the one who's still suffering out there, and in the throes of that delusion, that keep on telling him that he can control this, and the reality is he can't, he finds a message like this, and is brought to a way of life.